Hello dear doers and welcome to this tutorial about credit notes. A credit note is a document issued by a vendor to a customer to notify them that they have been credited with a certain amount, for example, if they return a product. As you see, it is the reverse entry of a customer invoice. When we issue a credit note, we decrease the revenue. It has to be booked then on the debit side of the income account. We also decrease the amount of debts the customer owes us, so we credit the receivable account. Well, it looks like it is not a coincidence if the document issued is called a credit note in that case. One of our best clients got a massive crush on our amazing hybrid car and bought it a few days ago. In the meantime, they realized that this fantastic car is too big for the garage, so they would like to cancel the purchase. No problem, it is super easy with Odoo, we can do it right away. Okay guys, let's go in the database to see how to create a credit note together. First, you need to go in the accounting application, of course, and the first thing you need to consider is if you want a different sequence for your credit notes or not. To do that, you need to go in the sales journals configuration, and you see here you have a feature to indicate if you want a dedicated credit note sequence. If you tick this, indeed, you will have, once you create a credit note, a different shortcode for your credit notes than for your invoice. Let's see when we do a refund, how it works in Odoo. So I'm going to go in my invoices and I'm going to refund a whole customer invoice. To do that, super easy. You just need to click on the Add Credit Note button, and you have different choices there. So here what I'm going to choose is the full refund option, meaning that, as you see in the description, the credit note will be auto-validated and reconciled with the original invoice. You can decide to add a reason, to change the refund date if you want, and then once you're done, you just reverse. What Odoo does here is it creates a credit note with, as you can see here, a dedicated sequence. It is automatically posted and reconciled with the original invoice. That's why the credit note appears as paid and the amount due, of course, is down to 0. If we check out the payment information, you can see the reconciled journal entry is not payment, but the original invoice indeed. As we said before, the journal items from a credit note is the complete reverse of an invoice. So we have the receivable amount on the credit side and the income account on the debit side. So completely the contrary of our original invoice. If we go back to our invoice in the first place, you see it is indicated as reversed and the amount due is also down to 0 since they are reconciled with each other, of course. Let's see what it does when we do a partial refund instead. So we're going to go in our invoices again and check out the second invoice that we have here. So same thing, I'm going to add a credit note, and instead of choosing the full refund, I'm going to do the partial, which means that my credit note is created in draft and not posted, and you can edit it before issuing it. So I'm going to reverse again. So here you see I have a draft credit note, and I'm going to take out the hybrid car because I only want to credit the dash cam here. I'm going to confirm, so it will be posted and will have its own sequence. And you can see here that I have outstanding debits for this customer because of the original invoice still unpaid. And I can decide to allocate them to mark this credit note as paid. So at the bottom of the page, you have the outstanding debits and you have our invoice here. I'm going to add it. It's going to automatically reconcile it with the credit note that now appears as paid. But if we go back to the original invoice, it is not indicated as reversed, but only partially paid because we still have a part of the invoice to, of course, pay. That's it for me in this video. Thank you all for watching. Ciao a tutti.